Hey, what's going on, guys? So, this is not a chapter review or anything like that, or a power level video, but something that I just happened to notice over the maybe I've noticed this for a long time actually, and I just wanted to, kind of address it because, it's a little bit of a problem. I mean, for me at least, and I think a lot of people in the One Piece community can agree that this is a huge problem in the anime One Piece, not the manga, only in the anime. And I'm gonna explain why in this video right now. Also, if you're new to my channel or you've seen a few of my videos and you've checked them out and you kind of like them, maybe you can subscribe to my channel. I post parallel videos, chapter reviews, and sometimes just me talking about animes like One Piece, and I'm going to start making Naruto videos because some people want Naruto videos, and I've always had an interest in Naruto. Just because One Piece is my favorite anime does not mean I'm only gonna make One Piece content, because I have a lot of interests, and one of them is Naruto and other animes as well. So yeah, and if you just enjoy this video, then you can leave a like as well. Okay, so for me, One Piece is damn near perfect, and that is one of the reasons why I like the show so much. Some other reasons also include its awesome world building, its amazing fights, and also how everything just falls together in the One Piece world. But one thing that's really, kind of set me off, and I never really noticed this while I was just watching through the show, trying to catch up, kinda watching a lot of episodes a day, you never really notice it. But one thing that kinda annoys me now, since I'm caught up with the show, is just the pacing. It's just not that great. When it comes to pacing in One Piece, I'd say for the first half of the show, the pacing was, just pretty good. It was just maybe one chapter per episode, and yeah, it was actually pretty good. It was enjoyable. It was fun. But I think after post time skip is when the pacing got kind of sloppy, and I think a lot of people would agree on me because it's quite evident, especially in these recent episodes that are releasing. I first started to notice the pacing issues in around the Dressrosa arc, and that's why most people really start to see it too, because there are a number of people that I know that actually dropped the show because of Dressrosa's bad pacing, and had to take a break from it because Dressrosa was just so long, and it kind of felt really dragged on, and kind of felt like that for me too. But I kind of binge watched the show, so I can't. For people who were watching weekly, I guess that's a pain, and I can kind of relate because Wano sometimes does feel like that. But me personally, I didn't really mind the Dressrosa arc, and I actually enjoyed it because, well, first of all, the arc introduced a lot of new characters and their personalities, such as Bartholomew, Cavendish, and those guys are pretty important for the Straw Hats because they're part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. And it introduced a lot of new characters other than them, like Rebecca, Orlumbus, and Fujitora, and the introduction of Sabo and them. And a lot of things like happened, and I guess it's justifiable to also say that those guys, it's not really important. I feel like their fights were a bit too dragged on. Like, we don't need to see them fighting for like 5 episodes straight. But I felt like I didn't really mind that. So, and we also had a very good and entertaining villain like Doflamingo in that arc. So that was partially the reason why I didn't mind it. But let's flash forward to the Wano arc, shall we? And that is when I started to have my problems. So first of all, I caught up to One Piece at around maybe 920-ish episodes, and around the early Wano stages, that's when I caught up to the show, and I was like, oh, I'm done. I can't really binge watch anymore. I was pretty sad about that, but obviously there's weekly episodes, so I was pretty hyped about that. So the next episode came out, and I was pretty surprised by how short it felt. I felt like nothing happened. Everything was just dragged out, and I felt like Toei was just pushing it, man. I don't know what they're doing with that one, is what I thought. And over the course of a month, I kept, thinking about that in my head. I realized after talking to other people who finished the show and they were just watching the episodes weekly, knew that the pacing was just terrible. And after that month, I basically officially switched to manga. When I was catching up on One Piece, I was already kind of switching from manga to episodes, especially in the Dressrosa arc, because it was pretty long. And maybe that's why I feel like Dressrosa is a justifiably long arc, and because I was reading the manga. But yeah. And I'm gonna tell you guys something very important right now. If you guys do not want to waste your time with the One Piece pacing, you can switch to manga. It's basically just as good, especially if you're caught up with the show. I feel like you should just read the manga at this point, because we're at the time of this recording, we're at episode 1010, and I felt like that episode was actually pretty good. The pacing wasn't that bad, and he had some good moments in there, but we still haven't got to the rooftop fight yet, and they announced that like 15 episodes ago, so that's kind of on my nerves still. But anyway, the reason I'm making this video for you guys is because I just want to tell you guys, this is basically the only major problem in One Piece, in my opinion. Everything else about the show is amazing, and if you just don't want to deal with pacing problems, just switch to the manga, and yeah, you'll just get, I guess, a better experience. I guess for me, what I would recommend is you watch the show until the time skip, and then maybe you can read the manga. And for Dressrosa, I just recommend reading it, because that arc drags on for a long time, and I think there are some moments in that arc that that really did not need to be there, and they were just dragged on. And then when you get to the Wano arc, it's basically your choice. In my opinion, you can watch the anime version of it, because for me, basically the only reason I watched Wano was because I just saw the animation. It just looked amazing. Like, it looked so good, so I did not want to miss out on that. But if you just don't want to deal with the pacing problems, then just read the manga. Just read the manga. That's just the entire thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys right now. And yeah, honestly, it's a problem that can be pretty easily fixed. And yeah, that's basically it. And I just wanted to make this video because this is a problem in One Piece that is lingering, for fans and probably for Oda too. And I feel like, this should be, a problem that should be addressed, in my opinion. Okay, so that's about it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.